In 2014, after hearing too many heart-wrenching stories about families being encouraged to terminate, we're told "I'm sorry." After receiving a Down syndrome diagnosis, I knew it was time to start Adele's Baskets. Although Adele's diagnosis caught us by surprise, we are grateful for all that she has brought to our lives and to those around her. We found out about Adele's diagnosis early on in our pregnancy. It was a difficult time for us with emotions running on high. Our minds raced. Our doubts and fears took over. Our hopes of having a perfect child shattered right before our eyes. We thought that the perfect child would be one without Down syndrome. How could we raise a child with additional needs? Are we strong enough? Would we be good parents? Our thoughts were so clouded by statistics. It was overwhelming and our hearts ached. We were facing the unknown. Emotions had taken over logic. We needed to grieve. We felt alone and did not know who to turn to. We felt like we were not ready for this journey and didn't want to share our grief with others in fear of being judged. 3 weeks later, at our 18-week ultrasound, we saw this perfect little miracle, flailing her arms and legs and bouncing all around. She wasn't Down syndrome. She was ours, our baby. We fell madly in love with this little being whom we had not even met. Although we still feared the unknown, we knew that we needed to move forward and prepare our family for this unexpected journey. At 35 weeks, sweet Adele was born. It was just me in the delivery room. I'd not been checked in hours by a doctor or nurse. My contractions were becoming more intense. To the nurse's surprise, I was 10 centimeters and was rushed to the delivery room. Minutes later, Adele made her arrival. The medical team had not taken the time to read my file, so the diagnosis was a surprise to all those in the delivery room. I was asked multiple times if I was sure that she had Down syndrome as she was whisked away to the NICU. I didn't get the chance to kiss her and tell her that I loved her. James missed the birth of his baby girl. It was when he arrived at the hospital that my blood pressure skyrocketed and I was placed in a room for 24 hours, hooked up to monitors and IVs. There was no update on Adele. The next day, I saw my sweet girl for the first time. I remember only seeing her. Although the NICU was filled with conversations and beeping machines, I heard nothing. All I saw was this beautiful miracle just waiting to start her life with us. I remember thinking that we had made it. She was here. I felt such an overwhelming feeling of love. The tears streamed down my face as I touched her tiny fingers. Our family was complete. After 6 weeks in the NICU, Adele came home. As we immersed ourselves in the world of Down syndrome, I was learning that our children were seen as a burden on society and incapable of achieving success. I heard stories from families about being encouraged to terminate after receiving the diagnosis. I knew I needed to change the narrative. In 2014, I knew the importance of families hearing "congratulations" instead of "I'm sorry, and you should consider termination." It was at that time I started Adele's Baskets. Our mission is to provide families with comfort and reassurance. Every life has value. Every baby should be welcomed into the world with excitement and love. We sit with families in their hospital rooms. We cry, we laugh, we understand, we get it. It is an unexpected journey, but it's one that is filled with love, light, and joy. There have been many times when we sit with a new family and their grief is so immense, not because there is a lack of love, but because there is a fear of the unknown. The focus is the diagnosis. When we spend time with families, we get to answer questions, we get to support them, and above all, we let them know that it will be okay. When we leave their homes and hospital rooms, families feel supported and they know that there is a community just waiting to welcome them. Adele's Baskets is a feel-good project and it takes an amazing community to keep it going. We are forever grateful to those who have contributed and to those who see the value in our project. Every life has value. Every life should be celebrated.